Hi, I'm Mollie O Leary. I'm a poet from Massachusetts, and this poem, Learned Behavior, I actually got the original idea for it from the image of the foam sinking in my coffee cup. That was the image that struck me when it happened and then stayed with me, and I was not sure how I would incorporate it into my writing, but I thought that the combination of the foam sinking and then the barista explaining that that meant there's a storm coming, something to do with the barometric pressure, it made me think about types of knowing and the ways we learn things. And then that eventually led me to learned behavior. And this poem actually touches on a lot of themes that I originally wrote about in my chapbook that came out last April. But this poem actually isn't in my chapbook. And when I wrote it, I was surprised because since it is so similar to other poems I've written, I thought maybe it wouldn't feel new, but it did feel new to me. And there's a certain finality to it that I'm not sure I accomplished in some of my chapbook poems. So it felt like a good bookend to what I worked on there and kind of the start of a new writing project. Now I'm working on a full length collection, and it has a much broader theme. So not all the poems are about the same topics as learned behavior, but I think that there's a through line that learned behavior has that continues in my full length collection. Learned behavior. My landlady, realizing I lived alone in a new city, gave me dish towels and showed me how to replace my AC filters. I wondered, without wanting to, how much of her kindness corresponded with my good credit, my new job. My dad once paid me $20 to plant perennials. When I hadn't broken soil by sundown, he called me into the kitchen, ripped the bills, threw them like confetti. It was almost funny. I waited, half wanting something more solid to slice the air. After seeing the first roach in my apartment, I considered my instant disgust, wondered when that reaction had been instilled in me. The yawning of a garage door used to make my heart drop like a stunned bird, would send me running to straighten shoes, to hide evidence children might live there. Years later, driving through the high desert of Colorado, I stopped to order coffee. The foam in my cup sank seconds after the barista poured the milk. She nodded. A storm's coming. Some types of knowing I can only describe by their weight, by the way they expand like water in the throat. Later, under a night so black it looked flat, I watched lightning crack the sky like a plate, like something about to break. I could have been perfect. Nothing would have changed how he saw me.